Live from Moscow, this is RT International. I'm Adesewa Josh with the top stories this hour. The German media has reported that Berlin supplied Ukraine with US-designed armored vehicles that were unfit for combat. The transporters apparently had insufficient protection against missiles and landmines. As the upcoming verdict on Julian Assange's extradition case loom large, there are rising concerns that the WikiLeaks founder may face torturous conditions and solitary confinement in the US prison system. The practice has long been the center of focus for several human rights watchdogs. We'll start with breaking news. The German army has considered a strike on the Crimean Bridge. That's according to a leaked 40-minute conversation between high-ranking German military leaders. Let's take a listen. To discuss this development, I'm now joined live in the studio by RT correspondent Steve Sweeney and former U.S. officer Scott Bennett. Thank you both for making the time to be in the studio with me today. Steve, I'll start with you. With these bombshell statements, won't Germany have to provide some justification? After all, this is a discussion about an attack. What are the chances that governments of other European countries are discussing similar issues behind closed doors, but stating that they do not intend to participate directly in the conflict? But what should justice look like for survivors and victims' relatives? And how feasible is that justice? Public sentiment in both France and Germany is strongly against Macron's pitch, according to the latest polls. German respondents are overwhelmingly against such a move, with only 13% in favor. Djibouti is a tiny country of just over 1 million people, but its strategic location above the Horn of Africa makes it a key player both in the region and in the international community. Home to 5 military bases belonging to the United States, Japan, Italy, France, and China, it serves as a key ally in the global fight against terror and piracy. I'm Adesewa Josh, and I've been speaking to President Ismail Guelleh about the role his country plays in securing the region. To Nigeria now, where authorities have activated a monkeypox emergency response, including placing a ban on sales and consumption of bushmeat. It comes after dozens of cases, including multiple deaths, were confirmed in the country.
So voting has been underway for around 5 hours now. Can you just tell us how it's been going so far?
The voters behind me have been queuing since 4 a.m. That's 1 GMT, just waiting to cast their vote. Voting was meant to start at 6 a.m., but it didn't start until like 6:30. The people got a little agitated, and guess what happened? They stormed into the polling center, left where they were queuing outside in a little bit. It was still slightly cold at the time, but only for them to get into the polling center, calm down, sort themselves into queue because they are ready to vote. Now, these people, many of them, work in the informal sector. Unfortunately, not much has changed for the Gambia in terms of economy. Do you have an economic plan to take Gambia to the destination you imagined when you became president?
I don't think that question is very fair on our side.
And so people are criticizing, is Uganda heading towards hereditary rule? It's not a strategic political positioning for him to take over as president?
No, it was just his birthday.